I felt so bad this very day when I got drunk and I entered the bedroom and I was knocking on the wardrobe and telling my wife to open the door. I had some younger ones with me and my wife broke down in tears. And she said, come and see your senior. She called my juniors that were living with me and said, come and see your senior. Look at what he's doing. He came to the room and was knocking on the wardrobe and telling me to open the door. She broke down in tears. Welcome, viewers. In the last episode, I told you, how I was posted for youth service to the Federal Capital Development Authority in Abuja. The period was exciting, and then I finished my youth service, and I was unemployed only for 48 hours. This was a period when the Federal Capital Development Authority had an open door employment, automatic employment policy for all their youth corpers who finished. While others went to various towns, they turned down the request. I picked up the employment and started employment in July 1982. I finished youth service. We did the passing out parade on Saturday. I rested on Sunday. And the following Monday, I resumed as a worker in the Federal Capital Development Authority. I was posted to the estate department. And then we were in charge of furnishing of houses, managing of houses, maintenance of houses. And you have to interact with contractors, supervise projects. Even though you didn't demand money from them in the course of supervision, they will naturally, take care of you. And so money was literally not a problem. And this is how we started, and still with my Jeep that I was given as a project vehicle. After employment, I was also to continue with the Jeep, the Land Cruiser Jeep. I continue with my lifestyle of recklessness, and the recklessness increased. I started thinking early because I was looking at my life. I said, if I don't settle down on time, I might end up in crisis, and that I might not get married again. And so I started, thinking about marriage. And that was how I got my current wife, Mary Anejo. She, a very young girl, that time just finished from school. And then we began the process of interacting. And when she gave her consent, our culture is to go with your elders to seek the hand of a young lady. You need to go with elders from your family to seek the hand of the girl in marriage. But rather than doing that, I went with my friends, the boyoyos, the young ones that are my age mates, drunkards in the same camp, and we went to see the father in Kaduna. We bought beer, bought gifts, and then brought it in. And the man looked up and down. We were all age mates. And the man said, you are coming to look for my daughter in marriage? And you didn't even come with an elder, and we were turned back. We were turned back, and then we apologized. And then by the time we went to consult our elders who are close to us in Kaduna, they too were annoyed with us and say, why did we neglect them? And then we have to beg them, kneeling down, and then that was how they agreed again to come back the next day to follow us to see our in-law to be. And that was how the marriage arrangement started. And then by the time we paid the bride price, and then the church wedding was to take place. During the church wedding, I closed the whole village. We did the wedding in my village. The whole village was closed. It was night parties all through, especially a night to the joining, or that is the marriage on Saturday, the Friday of it. It was a bachelor's eve, and yours sincerely was drunk to stupor. And there was a period where they have to pour alcohol on your head, that they are separating you from the bachelors and from the spinsters. They have to wash you with alcohol. And they use almost a carton of beer to wash me with alcohol from head down. The night party continued. And then I was almost drunk to my wedding. The wedding took place, and then we have to come back to Abuja together. And then life continued. She joined the society in the church, but I was far from that. I was still in the choir. I was still the choir master. And I could remember that the drinking became so notorious with me, and it became a thing of concern. I didn't have problem with having children. My wife took in after, took in, and then the baby arrived. A young boy arrived, a very nice, handsome boy. And then we were living peacefully together. But peer pressure and friends was a challenge, and she began to complain. This was induced by the alcohol, and she began to notice that I was straying away seriously if this alcoholic thing is not managed. I did, because I didn't have an experience, a serious, close experience with God. The alcohol, there was nothing I could do about it. I tried smoking to add to it, but smoking rejected me, because each time I smoked, I had chest pain. But I couldn't continue with the smoking. But in terms of the alcohol, it was excessive. I could drink a carton of Golda at a sitting. A time came when the green bottles, the Golda and the green bottle Star, were no champion, and others were no longer intoxicating me, and I changed to Big Star. And I could drink 9 bottles of Big Star at a sitting, the one they call Odeku. So the thing became a serious concern, because it was affecting my relationship with my wife. A time it came, and then I could seriously, I felt so bad this very day when I got drunk, and I entered the bedroom, and I was knocking on the wardrobe and telling my wife to open the door. I had some younger ones with me, and my wife broke down in tears. And she said, "Come and see your senior." She called my juniors that were living with me and said, "Come and see your senior. Look at what he's doing." He came to the room. I was knocking on the wardrobe and telling me to open the door. She broke down in tears. But, there was a driving force that was controlling me that I couldn't, because I was completely addicted to drinking. I couldn't help myself. It was a helpless situation. But, she now gave her life to Christ, and then encountered God before me, and I began to notice some changes in her. And she'll bring some people, to preach to me, and I'll drive them away and tell them that, how can you come to preach to a choir master? That if Jesus were coming, I'll be leading choruses to welcome him. But I didn't know that if Christ could have come that time, I could have expressly gone to hell, because I was not living the Christ life. She was patient with me. She would call some brethren to intercede for me. In the night, she would be crying and say, "Oh God, touch my husband. Oh God, touch my husband." I could feel her burden. I became a serious burden for her. And she would be crying in prayers, screaming and crying in prayers. I knew that she had something that I didn't have. And she continued with this. She was a virtuous woman by all parameters. She showed me love, even though I was straying away seriously. Sometimes, you get drunk, and then you have to even spend the night, in the hotel and all other things. It became a very terrible, terrible situation. But there was a force that was pulling me that I couldn't help myself. I just thank God that her intercession made my eyes to be open. In the next episode, you'll be told how I gave my life to Christ. Thank you, and God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to compare what you just heard with what Chris and Ejo told us in episode 1 of this season. The son of Alphonsus and Juliana Anejo. Proper, godly upbringing, love, and all of that training. Sacrifice on the altar of drinking, like the prodigal son who carried his father's money and went to Lagos and lived it up. But you know what the Bible says? Anybody who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from God. So the time came when God decided to help Chris by planting the thought in his naughty head that time, go and look for a wife. How is it that of all girls, a drunkard found a wife who is godly? She will eventually give her life to Christ and become the catalyst of intercession, of crying unto God, weeping for her husband's salvation. God is a gracious God. God is kind. God is compassionate. God is faithful. See, God has a plan. God had a plan for the life of Chris, and he himself was the person messing it up. But God decided to help him. I told you about destiny helpers in this series. Destiny helpers. Mary, the wife of Chris and Nejo, became a destiny helper. Cried and wept, and God heard her. God answered her. We're going to hear it in the next episode. Thank you for tuning in today. Please subscribe to this channel so that whatever we post, you're the first person to see it. Number 2, send these clips to your friends and the people on your contact list. It's evangelism. This is meant to change lives and circumstances. All of us can learn from the mistakes of other people. Thank you for helping. Thank you for participating in evangelism, and God will bless you.